next.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scotch, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And here we go at Mile High. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. They stay on the ground with Williams. Still finding room past the 45. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Going to the ground again on first. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Another run for Williams. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need one more now on third down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
On third down, here's Williams. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive. This one from the opposing 40. Give to Williams from the gun. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Completed over the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On second down, a run with Williams. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks, and I'm looking for that to be called again.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, you can scratch that one from the playbook, and you're not going to call it again if you can't impact the D-tackle. You just saw him sitting right there. He was ready for a feast, and he buried that draw before it could get started.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Bertolet able to knock it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations around the goal.
Along the right sideline, there's space. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They're running the option, short side. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles finish off their opening drive. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. And a lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles won up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Broncos headed out for their second drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing here, Nix. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and just 2 to go. Running for the marker with Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Nix with it on first. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Nix from the gun. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. He's got it at the 5. It's a Denver touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos push their lead to 3. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, Britton Covey. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
Now here he goes.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring out fourth down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Now on fourth down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. The Broncos about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. They go with Williams on the counter. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Williams on the carry. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Zach Bond with the tackle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Nick's looking to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Blitz coming, Nix. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Slot man motioned over. Williams now on 1st and 10. He finds space for a few yards that time. That's the long-tenured Brandon Graham with the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
from the 23. It's taken in by Williams. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead, well, he hops on the ball and he saves the day.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now Nix. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Broncos stretch their early lead to 9. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Covey now to return this. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Has a man, it's Brown. Into the red zone. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles face a 4-point deficit. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Broncos back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, and they go right back to him. Crosses midfield, still going. And he has this all the way across to the opposing 45. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Right back to Williams on first down. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
He fires one deep down the middle. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. This, our last play of the quarter. Now Nick's on third down. Throw complete to Williams. And they take him down right along the 30. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. On the handoff, this is Williams. And he's able to drive them forward into the red zone. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 1. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Hits him on the out route. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos make it a 9-point advantage. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. Putting a receiver in motion. First down throwing for Hurts. This finds Smith. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Hurts now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Sent down by Cody Barton. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On 1st down, Hurts. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles reduce the lead to just 4. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Marvin Mims now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Broncos returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Williams. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Play action with Nix. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. That one's incomplete over the middle.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Broncos looking at a punt on 4th down, and Riley Dixon on to handle that. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Escapes a defender. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Throwing here, Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Jukes out a one-stop. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, you get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. That pass caught by Dotson. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 2nd quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Well, there's going to be a missed assignment on somebody's grade sheet tomorrow. That read option game with the quarterback, there is always a defender that's responsible for the QB. That time, QB takes advantage.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Nix from the gun. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. Nix off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Give to Williams from the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And they make the tackle at the 38. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Complete to Mims. And they get this down to the 28. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Nix now to throw. Hauled in left side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll come up 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Nix. Flushed out of the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Now Nix on 3rd down. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos take a 2nd quarter lead. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a 2nd half to match this one. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos push their lead to 3. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Covey now to return this. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They go to Barkley again. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and that's good for an Eagles 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Eagles with some work to do, trailing in this game. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
They took a look just to be safe. You always appreciate that, but the call on the field stands. 2nd and 1. He's got Smith. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Hurts throwing again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
He's on the move. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Hurts now from the gun. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taken a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Brought in by Vele. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Now Nix. A massive shot towards the end zone. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. So we've reached halftime in Denver. The hometown fans, yeah, they're feeling good. Their Broncos have the lead. Now we'll send things over to Orlando, Florida. Jonathan Coachman on standby, ready to deliver the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We just watched a fine first half from the man from Oregon, Bo Nix. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told, and he's likely not done yet.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our 2nd half. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 41. Running back sent in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Barkley's got it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
First down, a run with Barkley. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on first. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Sent down by Cody Barton. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run. It may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Gainwell. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home teams and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
2nd and 3. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. To throw, here's Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. This one falls incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. He'll cobble together a yard there. Zach Bond with the tackle. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Nix. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Mims with the grab. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grab the lead on their first series of the half. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos push their lead to 3. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Covey now to return this. This return makes it up to the 25. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
He's got a gain of 6 there. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
On third down, it's Hurts. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. Got 46 on his first punt, so this one's pushing a little more distance. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Nix with it on first. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Williams now on 1st and 10. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell, sell, sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. A handoff to Williams. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Couple yards there on 2nd down, and now a long ways to go on 3rd.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
And the Birds put their dime package out there. 3rd down coming up. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his first one. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And they'll have to go just about every bit of 100 yards to reach the end zone. That punt sets them up at their own 2. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he gets him around 6 there. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the pistol, Hurts. Complete out to the right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You train a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Barkley trying this up the gut. Blast through midfield. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And he gets in, touchdown Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 3rd quarter lead. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Here's Williams to start the drive. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Another run for Williams. He finds some space again. And he takes this into enemy territory to the 48-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. But that back remains hungry.
He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Zach Bond with the tackle.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Brought in right side. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
On now comes their punter. Riley Dixon, the one to kick it away. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. First down throwing for Hurts. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Hurts trying again on 2nd down. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. He put some juice on it deep. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Broncos have some new life in the 4th.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Well, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Denver set to take the field on offense. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Williams on the carry. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Nick's now to throw. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Broncos take a 4th quarter lead. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. This to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos push their lead to 3. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That pass complete to Goddard. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st down, Hurts escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Saquon. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
The challenge flag is out now. The Broncos don't think they got it right the first time. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. First and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. Runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a fourth-quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's bundled up quick. This just crosses the 25 to about the 27. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably the offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap to Nix. He beams one deep right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And 4th and 4 coming up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this 2nd half. Hurts setting up to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he rocks the tackler. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Hurts looking to throw. Caught by Dotson on the slant. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
First down, a run with Barkley. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They go to Barkley again. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. That's caught for the first. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Motioning left is their running back. From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Back to throw, Hurts. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Eagles now lead by 10. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. This return makes it up to the 25. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Nix with it on first. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Nix from the gun. Mims with the ground. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing on first down, Nix. Hits him on the out route. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They'll throw again, Nix. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
The sideline shot snagged by Sutton. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Straight ahead with Williams. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Working quickly here. Now Nix on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied, knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
That kick obviously gets it back to a one-score game. Now the real question, Kate, how good do those onside kicks look at warm-ups? How good did they look all week in practice? Is it time to pull out the onside kick or trust your defense with 2 timeouts in your pocket?
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First down throwing for Hurts. Getting out to his left. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let him. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. After the sack, another pass on second down. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Looking to throw. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Broncos corral it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and that next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
Throwing now, following the turnover. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton, so it'll be second down. Throwing here, Nix. Setting up the screen. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
He's back to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And they take him down right along the 30.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos trail by 8. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Looking to throw. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's another carry for Barkley. And this one doesn't go far. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Running right, it's Barkley. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 4 yards, narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down. Their punter making his way out now. Braden Mann will kick it away. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. He'll look to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Here he is to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here he is to throw. The throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down. It took a great defense.
And with no time remaining, he's got it for the touchdown. And now a two-point play could force OT. This entire game came down to just 2 plays, Brock. They've knocked out the far more difficult one with that touchdown as time expires. And now a chance to force overtime.
And now, well, now it comes down to whether they can get the 2-point play or not, but it's hard to question that every bit of juice, every bit of momentum in the building right now is totally on their side.
Oh, forget the tie. They're playing for it all. They're going for 2. They're going to try and run for it. And he's going to get into the end zone. Their last gasp pays off. This game is not over, baby. We're headed for overtime. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. Fielded at the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing here hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Option play. They give it to Barkley. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
From the pistol, Hurts. Throwing the out route complete. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. It's a gain of 4. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
They motion a receiver left. On first down, Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And this is down across the 30 before it's stopped. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, you get that ball in your belly, baby. You got almost no time to process what the line's going to do. You better make your decision and hit it downhill. Excellent vision to find the opening and get things started well here on first down.
From the 28. Pulled in by Dotson along the sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Well, all reviews in overtime have to come from the officials. And we have one coming here. They want one more look at that play. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So they sent it to a second set of eyes in New York, and the call on the field is confirmed. First and 10. Here's Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Second down. Hurts throwing again. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Hurts throwing again. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
A tight end in motion now. They run it with Saquon. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They'll try again with Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. He's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. But let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
4th and goal with a game in the balance. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles go up by 6. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
The extra point is good, and that's a big one. Now their defense just has to defend a 7-point lead here in overtime. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here comes the Bronco offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
On the move, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him.